spiritual growth, and financial abundance. It starts with self-forgiveness. This is Pastor Bennett of Grace in the Park Ministries. Remember, God doesn't want you saved and broke. We focus on spiritual and financial healing. Let's get started. When was the last time you forgave yourself? Think about that for a moment. We're so quick to ask for God's forgiveness, and that's vital, absolutely vital. But how often do we extend that same grace to ourselves? In order to accomplish true spiritual and financial healing, we must practice self-forgiveness. I forgive myself daily for the daily bad decisions that I make. And you should too. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. We stumble, we fall short, we make choices we regret. Maybe it's a harsh word spoken in anger, a missed opportunity, a financial misstep, or a broken promise. These things weigh on us. They fester in our hearts and minds, and they can actually block our blessings. They create a sense of guilt and shame that paralyzes us, preventing us from moving forward in our spiritual walk and hindering our financial prosperity. Think about it. How can you fully embrace God's abundant blessings when you're carrying the heavy burden of past mistakes? How can you be open to new opportunities, to financial breakthroughs, when you're constantly replaying your failures in your mind? The answer is you can't. You need to release that baggage. You need to forgive yourself. Now, self-forgiveness isn't about condoning our bad behavior. It's not about saying, oh, it's okay, no big deal. No, it's about acknowledging our mistakes, taking responsibility for them, and then making a conscious decision to let go of the guilt and shame that's holding us back. It's about recognizing that we are all imperfect, that we are all on a journey of growth and learning. Just as God forgives us, we must forgive ourselves. It's an act of faith. It's an act of releasing the past so that we can embrace the future. It's an act of opening ourselves up to the blessings that God has in store for us, both spiritually and financially. So, how do we practice self-forgiveness? It's a process, not a switch you flip. First, acknowledge your mistake. Don't try to brush it under the rug or pretend it didn't happen. Confront it honestly. What did you do? What were the consequences? Take responsibility for your actions. Second, offer yourself compassion. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to a dear friend who made a similar mistake. Would you berate them, condemn them, tell them they're worthless? Of course not. You'd offer them comfort, understanding, and encouragement. Offer yourself that same kindness. Third, learn from your mistakes. Don't just dwell on the negative. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? See your mistakes as opportunities for growth, as stepping stones on the path to becoming a better version of yourself. Fourth, make amends where possible. If you've hurt someone, apologize. If you've made a financial mistake, create a plan to address it. Take action to rectify the situation as best you can. And finally, let go. This is often the hardest part. You've acknowledged your mistake, you've learned from it, you've made amends. Now you have to release it. Don't let it define you. Don't let it hold you back from moving forward. Give it to God. Trust that He can redeem even the most broken parts of your story. Remember, God's grace is sufficient. His love covers a multitude of sins, and that includes the sins we commit against ourselves. So today, I encourage you, take a moment to forgive yourself, release the past, and embrace the future. Open yourself up to the spiritual and financial blessings that God has waiting for you. This is Pastor Bennett of Grace in the Park Ministries, reminding you that God doesn't want you saved and broke. If you like this video, please subscribe so never miss a video. Now, go out there and be blessed.